And we are back for some more Lego building, getting the spooky season started with the least spooky set on the agenda. We have the Friends comic book and game store, because it's got lots of costumes. So it's appropriate for Halloween and the spooky season because of the costumes. Oops. Get that over there. It's easier to get it out of here. Is that it? That is it. Alright, large plates. I saw bag number 1. There's 7. And we have 8 bags to do. Okay, well there's 8. There's 6. Where's 5? There's 5. 4. 3. And 2. Alright. Oh yeah, actually I should update the stream info. Go ahead and do that. And set number is 42674. There we go. All updated. And we'll have some sticker sheets that I'm not going to put on, but we'll might as well pull them out here. So we got some various... I'm guessing that these are going to be like comic books. We'll take a look at them as they get put on. Take a little bit of a closer look once we're ready for it. Dad's mom liked playing cards. Mom's mom liked puzzles. Granted, when you're getting ever closer to 90 years old, you might take a while to finish a puzzle. That's true. That is true. And it also really depends on the puzzle, too. Like, there are some 1,000-piece puzzles that even if the actual part shape, you know, like all the shapes of all the puzzle pieces is the exact same between two, one that has, like, a lot of solid color elements is going to be harder to do. It's a lot easier when you have like well-defined shapes and colors on the puzzle. All right, let's see. Okay, we do have a cape, and this is not a cape that will fit on a regular minifig. So you cannot put that on a regular minifig, which is unfortunate. That 10 all the way down? Yeah. Because there's no connection between the neck anti-stud and the torso, this cape is going to move basically wherever it wants. Where's her legs? It's not... Oh, up here. Completely missed the yellow. There we go. Oh, and she has a nickel. She's gonna be today's big spender. She has a nickel. Alright, that is Leanne and Alia. Cosplaying as an elf. And this is also a shoulder element that will not work with minifigs, because the friend's neck piece is just a rod rather than a full stud. But it is nice to get another elf hairpiece. Too bad the elf ears are not yellow. Alright. So she has a comic book as well. A sticker would go on to this one. And she has one here as well. It is 1 and 2. Let's go ahead and zoom in on these stickers so we can actually take a look at what they look like. To be fair, decades ago, a nickel had a lot of buying power. More than a decade ago. I mean, more than decades ago. I mean, technically, 20 decades is decades ago, but still. A nickel did not have a whole lot of buying power when I was a very, very young child. Alright, so these two comic books are the ones that they have. We got some other various stickers. Here's some video games, other comic books, a couple shelves, it looks like. Polyhedron dice! Yay! A very happy game controller. Oh my lord. Is this supposed to be... I can't wait to see what this is, if this is supposed to be like some sort of like Frogger type thing with long dogs. I hope it is. When was that? 1986 BC? Wow. Wow. So mean. I mean, yeah, I am very old. I am a dragon. It is true. But you don't have to be mean about it. Jeez. So mean. But yes, 1986 before chips. Chips were a very important invention. This is coral pink here that we're dealing with. Where is the... Ah, there's a mold mark. That's why I can't find one on the side. My desk feels so weird now without that, the Ninjago City set here. It's like, feels so empty now. Alright, sticker would go there. Sticker number 3. Alright, so we have lime green large pulleys. And we're going to do 5 of them total. These are friction half pins in dark gray. Red 1x1 cylinder tiles. I like how they can't actually call it a DeLorean in licensed products. I find that highly amusing. Alright, that is base. Actually, that's this one. I want to get the gap in the right place. I don't think it matters, but pretty sure they would indicate if it did matter. Let's make sure the gap is in the right place. There we go. Okay, turn that around. DeLorean would like to forget his car. I mean, most people don't want to forget his car, except maybe people who actually owned it. I mean, sure. It was looks over reliability, but still. I mean, I want a DeLorean, not to like drive it, but just to have. I'm not surprised. I'm sure it got sold. Okay, close that. Get another coral 1x2 there. Well, it's her rod. She doesn't want to give it up. Would you want to give up your rod? You would want to give up your rod. Wow. Wow. I didn't realize. All right. More people with access to Mega Flare? We don't have to go that far. She is female. She can have a rod if she wants. Alright, coral curved slopes here. And a 1x1 tile slopes. There we go. Alright, a sticker would go on the top of this 2x2 cylinder tile. And then we have these little 1x1 cylinder tiles with printed elements on them. Kind of cute. I don't know if they're supposed to be pogs or something else. Some sort of capsule thing. Change the brightness a little bit. There we go. Alright, so 6 of the lime green ones. Alright, so you turn the handle, and one of them comes out. That is adorable. That is a really cool mechanism. I'm actually really impressed by the design of this. I mean, it's really beefy for this little bit of space, but still. Like, that's pretty cool. You just turn it until you get to the slot. Nope, I guess we're taking another one of those. And it comes right out. That's really neat. I like that. Alright, so spare parts. Coral pink 1x1 tile slope. Coral pink 1x1 tile. White 2L bar with stop. Dark gray friction half pin. Yellow half bushing. Red 1x1 cylinder tile. Lime green, actually bright lime green 1x1 cylinder tile with print. Little robot print. A medium azure 1x1 cylinder tile with a plushy print or something like that. And a silver 1x1 cylinder tile with a 5 nickel print. There we go. Alright, bag number 2. Oh yeah, get down there. I'm surprised Attila actually gained 1 speed. Him getting faster when he levels up? Impossible. Inconceivable. Alright, it's a dark pink. And a 1x5 here. There we go. Gray grill tiles. I remember when these grill tiles did not have the fingertip groove. I'm so old. I remember the days when you didn't have a fingertip groove on the grill tiles. Oh, I'm so old. I mean, it's true, though. I am old. Almost have 30K in FF4 PSP? What, monies? Hours? I want 30K monies. Why don't you give me 30K monies? Alright, orange 2x2 tiles with center studs. What are you gonna buy with all of that wealth? That really isn't a drop in the bucket compared to what you would get late in the game. All you have are hams? I mean, I'll take hams too. I'm not picky. It's going to cottages. Well, I guess it's good that you're going to house people. The unhoused do need help. It's very generous of you, making cottages for all the homeless. So here we have, this is medium lavender compared to the purple we were working with before. And you'll charge them 1 penny for rent. I mean, that's, you know, if you're required to charge rent, that's pretty reasonable. City government will just condemn them? I mean, not if they're new cottages. Oops. Yeah, did not get that on there. That is a lovely shade of purple. Yeah, I like it. I mean, it's no old lavender, but this is the regular lavender right there, in comparison to medium lavender. I don't know that there is a dark lavender. No, not all lavender. Sadly, I am not lavender. Alright. 1x2x2 in clear. So, I showed off, was it last week or the week before? It was one day last week. I don't remember what day it was. It might have been Friday. I showed off the Belleville set, Garden Playmates. That has old lavender in it. It is a subtle difference between that shade and this one, and I will definitely get some to show off at some point. I just need to, like, get it out and everything. I'm working on getting my LEGO collection into a well-sorted machine, but it is currently not yet. Actually, hold that thought. I'm going to step away for just a second. Okay, I remembered that I did have a container close by. This has some various fences. This is the gate piece, which I don't think they make anymore. This is old lavender, and this is new lavender. Go ahead and zoom in on them so you can see. Like, the colors aren't going to be perfect, but this is the difference. It's a pretty stark difference. This is kind of grayish in comparison. But that's how you can tell. This piece is one of the reasons why I got the Garden Playmates set, and in multiple quantities. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there we go. That is old lavender compared to new lavender. Toss that aside. That is one of the colors that was, I wouldn't say common, but you found it in the Belleville and Scala sets, and unfortunately it is one of the shades that they retired, meaning that if you have anything in those shades, they are not getting any new parts to go with them, nor are they matching the current colors. I definitely do not have a whole lot of that in terms of, like, bricks, because they did not make too many. Which is a shame, but what are you going to do? Thus they are valuable? I mean... not really. I mean, they might be. But, like, I have those sealed Garden Playmate sets, and they're really not worth much more than what you'd expect at if they were currently available for retail, so. Kinda disappointing, really. I mean, girls build with Lego, too. I am building a set that is aimed predominantly at girls. They have changed it to be more, or to be less gendered, but it is still kind of gendered. I mean, it depends on what you know, depends on the definition of valuable. We'll go with that. Like, to a certain extent, you need, like, there's rarity, and then there is also, like, desirability. And those parts have rarity, but not really desirability. I have a few cards in the $20 range, but you have cards that are valuable to you. Yeah, I mean, that's the important thing. I'm sure I have some valuable cards. I need to pull mine out at some point and look and get rid of them, sell them. Didn't say that. You're trying to say that it makes sense pastels like the lavender would have at the time been more and so. Oh, okay, got it. Yeah. Yeah, and one of the reasons why there aren't a whole lot of bricks is because those sets were not, like, the thing... So, first of all, Belleville was not unsuccessful, it just wasn't as successful as they wanted. It did still last for, like, 15 years. And Friends have only been around for 10 years, but Friends is very successful. Also, I'm noticing some, color issues here. But the reason why, I think one of the big reasons why the Friends line is being so successful compared to Belleville and Scala is that they're not aiming at the dollhouse crowd. You know, one of the problems with Belleville and Scala is that they're basically dollhouses made out of Lego. But if you want a dollhouse, you're just going to get a dollhouse. For the most part. Like, why would you get a Lego set when you want a dollhouse, you know? So the advantage of the Friends line is that they are standard Lego sets just aimed at girls. And that's basically what makes them so successful. You need help figuring out card prices? Scryfall, I can help with that. Yeah, I mean, when I get to it, I'll be hitting you up. I do have actually, hold on. I can step away for a second and get something else in a second. Let me just finish this bag. Go. That goes there. Drink and I assume a pay kiosk. Okay. So, spare parts, angle connector with stud in clear and black, 1x1 cylinder tile in bright yellow, 1x1 cylinder tile in white with top peg, medium azure 1x1 cylinder plate, gray 1x1 cylinder plate with hollow stud, lime green 1x1 plate flower, black friction pin, and gray 1x1 tile with keypad print. Dad once bought your sister a dollhouse. It sat in the basement until we sold that house. My dad bought my sister a dollhouse. He mostly put it together, although he didn't finish it in time for Christmas. Because it was like, you know, it was like a wooden built one, like a kit. And it had like little individual wooden pieces for the roof shingles, and he never got that on. Only got it partially painted and stuff like that. And it never got finished, although my sister did love that. Alright, I'm going to step away again for just a second. I will be right back. I want to show Bahamut something. So, I had a lot of the cards in binders. Some of them I took out for some reason or another. But they're mostly sorted. I don't know what colors I got. Okay, there's white, there's red, there's black, there's multicolor. This might be most of them. It's just individuals. It's not like multiples, but yeah, so I do have that. I need to go through them. There's a lot. I don't think I have anything incredibly valuable. I did notice an actual multicolor Legends card in here. Yeah. I have no idea how valuable it is. Savitri, Skarzam, actual Legends. Yeah, a lot of Chronicles reprints. I got quite a few of those, because I wanted to get a lot of the cards. Like, I actually played, you know, so I wanted the ones that I missed. And I doubt the Chronicles reprints are very valuable. So, yeah. And I'm pretty sure this isn't all of them. I'm not going to go through them right here, but... And like, this isn't the... This is by far not all of them. Like, that is one of each. But also, I'm sure it's missing some. Alright, bag number 3. A few old cards that are going up in prices. Well, now might be a good time for me to start going through them. Try to sell off what I can. Right now, the only thing Magic cards do for me is I use basic lands as bookmarks. I'm sure a lot of other people do too. But yeah, I mean, most of my cards are from very high-run productions and everything like that. Oops, there is a friction pin in there too. Get that there. Mostly because there are now things you can use the old cards in modern decks for that you couldn't use them for in the decks of the time. Yeah, but I'm sure that collectors are still, like, people who actually want to fill out a collection are probably going to be paying more than those people if they actually just want to use it in a deck. Lots of nice transparent 1x2 bricks. We've got transparent neon green, transparent pink, transparent blue, transparent yellow. Wonder if the factory sealed sets are worth more sealed or parted out. Usually they're worth more sealed because there's the potential of rare things in them. Whereas if you open them, then you'll probably find that there's just, you know, mostly crap in them. Well, if there's anything that's going up, like jumping up, that's from a set between Revised and Weatherlight, let me know and I can look to see if I have those. Promise of a good time is, or a promise of a possible good time is more valuable than an actual good time. Well, yeah, but you might actually find that there's no good time in there. People pay good money to gamble, yeah. I think Vivi was talked about getting banned in Magic the Gathering. Poor Vivi. There we go. I think this is a slushy place. These are slushies right here. It's the slushy machines. We guarantee a rare card. Unfortunately, a rare doesn't always mean good, yeah. I might take pictures of the cards and send them to you, Bahamut. You can, like, look at... You don't have to look at it very closely, but if you see anything that, like, jumps out at you as being particularly valuable, then I could go sell it. If there's anything that I have that you really want as well, I'd be much happier at going to someone that I know than going to some random schlub on the internet. Well, do you have a hobby or a card shop in your town, Nadaroga? You could always go and ask them. See what they think. Hobby shop might even give you a price that's worth it to you. Like, my father sold off his baseball cards when he got sick. Made a decent amount. Like, he gave them to, like, a baseball card auction house, or, yeah, I mean, they do other things, too. But one of the things they specialized in was baseball cards. And they essentially auctioned them for him. Yeah, you're bug. You could always do something like that as well. You'd be happy to see pics of them? Alright, I will send them to you at some point. And I probably have others than just those. I just need to, like, dig them up. And I have multiples of some of them as well. That'd be cool if you could find anyone too. Well, like I said, there might be someone in your town who does stuff like that. It might be worth looking. Check with your local hobby shops. If you have any. Which, you know, you might not. Not every town does. Yeah, I mean, I've been tempted to just go to a local hobby shop and see if they want to do anything with my Magic cards. That is a gigantic slushie on the roof there. Not all hobby shops are the same or deal with Magic the Gathering stuff, but they might send... Yeah, that's the thing. Either they may be interested in doing it themselves, or they might be able to direct you to someone who does, or give you a tip on how best to deal with it. Okay, sticker would go in there. And a sticker would go in there as well, which of course I am not putting on. Get a table. People just leaving their slushies on the table up here. It's terrible. And an umbrella. Nope, don't go anywhere. Alright. Oh, right. There are seats. Well, we'll just put them elsewhere because I already put the mini dolls up here. There we go. Alright, stickers would of course go on there as well for the cushions. And then we get the capsule machine right in there. It's a very big capsule machine, it really is. Alright, put that aside because we are going to go to second booklet, 4, 5, and 6. Generally on the lookout for cat cards. I have no idea how many cats there were in the Magic the Gathering when I played. But I can definitely look. I can definitely take a look. Got some purple window frames. And the thing is like, you might be able to get a better price by individually going through your cards and selling them and stuff like that. But you're all, like, the question is always going to be, is that worth your personal time? Do you want to spend all that time going through your individual cards and figuring out which ones are valuable, where to sell them, all that kind of thing? Advantage of giving them to someone else to sell is that they will handle all that and just give you the money. It may not be as much, or won't be as much, but... That's true, Savannah Lions. But those are pretty common. Alright, so let's see. He's got that hairpiece, or we can take it off. And he can wear a robot costume, which we got this robot costume in one of the minifig sets. Go ahead and pause that ad for a bit. He also has a comic book. That is Zach. Is he a Lego maniac, though? We don't know. They should have had Zach in Friends be a Lego maniac. Like, really. Why not? Generally, if you have Magic the Gathering cards you don't want, you just bring them to the hobby shop that deals specifically with Magic the Gathering cards and donate them to the stuff they use for game nights and that. I imagine that they sell off rare stuff, though, right? Or are you talking about commons? Like, only commons? Gotcha. No, I know. I got them. They're paused. I forgot to turn them off before I came down here, and I don't have the tab open with it. And I didn't want to go look for it. I'll get it off after I go to my other computer. Are Mythics the new rarest rarity? Because I definitely don't remember Mythic from way back when. I think one of the reasons why I got out of it is just because of card rarity. It annoyed me. Commons, uncommon, rare, mythic. Yeah, I think they just had common, uncommon, and rare when I played. Don't try falling on the floor, please. Parts. The Clonus Horror. Pauper is an interesting format, can only use commons. But it wanted to click off Twitch. Alright, we got an ad break coming up in a couple minutes. Due to the power levels being all over the place, there are commons that stomp rares from other sets. Oh yeah, I'm sure. I mean, I'm sure that some of the rarity is based not on card quality, but sometimes it's just like, I'm sure they absolutely create some artificial rarity to you know, drive up costs simply. Oops, need that one there. Got some high visibility yellow in there. And a yellow 2x4 tile with Kapow printed on it. Requires human sacrifice. Indeed. Can't forget the human sacrifice. That is a lot of lime green 2x4s. And a blue 2x4. There we go. I do like these A-frame plates. They're pretty neat. Lime green panel. Taken out of context, a lime green 2x4 would be quite a sight. It's just paint. There we go. Vivi in Magic the Gathering is a mythic rarity because he is a broken, overpowered card. How could you say that about Vivi? That's so mean. Okay, get that in there. 2x2 corner. 1x2 and 1x2. Vivi Uberals, yes. Alright, another A-frame right there. Alright, purple window frames with a clear glass. He has the ability to tap 0 mana to add X amount of blue and or red mana equal to his power, and he gets +1/+1 counters each time you cast non-creature spells. That is pretty ridiculous, yeah. That is pretty ridiculous. Okay, down here. I'm surprised they didn't put these on earlier. Not only the +1 counter, he also does 1 damage to each opponent when you cast a creature. Who thought that was a good idea? Alright, spare parts, lime green 1x1 tile and gray 1x1 cylinder tile. Alright, bag number 5. Oh, also, gray on gray lever. That was also extra. Alright, move those to the side, move that to the side, glass and door. The tempo of this version of Beautiful Morning is really quite fast. Alright, I want that out. Okay, 2x2 corner, get that on there. Another window. What makes Vivi even more broken is that there's an artifact that lets you exile a creature from the graveyard, and then if any creature with +1/+1 counter on them gets the abilities of the creature exiled with the artifact. So what you're saying is that Magic the Gathering is completely ridiculous these days in power levels. Because that's what I'm hearing. Agatha's Soul Cauldron? Is that... I don't know who Agatha is. Is that a licensed one, or just a relatively... Yeah, power creep, definitely. Like that, that actual Legends, character that I had, she has no special abilities. She's just 6'4". And that's why she's good, is that she's a 6'4" creature. Ah, okay. Well, I mean, you know, she is a legend. What do you expect from a legend? So that does mean that there is going to be this plate there in the window. Very visible. Not a fan of that. But oh well. Eldraine has a gingerbread golem that can only be blocked by creatures with haste. Is that supposed to be a reference to something and I'm not getting it, or what? So a sticker would go on there. We get a controller on this thing right there. Alright, get the cylinder tiles on. Okay, that sounds vaguely familiar, and I'm not sure if I know that. Oh, interesting. Oops. Alright, so we have one of the new plushie figures. And also a pearlescent, translucent small horn, which I think was first used as a carrot for a Frosty costume. Well, that's kind of neat. Old nursery rhyme. All right. Majestic plushy unicorn thingy. Yep. So we get a pirate's hat, but it's plain and blank rather than having a skull and crossbones on it. A knight visor, which the helmet is gray, but the visor is silver, so that's nice. And then a dinky, tiny little plume. Just the tiniest of plumes. The tiniest of plumes. Get that there in the window. Outlaws of Thunder Junction and the hill you will die on is that set that it'd have done better if they put Cowboy Johnny Goldmane in the set. Knight needs to be more heroic to get the better ending. Yeah, that's true. Better bling, not ending. I don't know how I saw ending there. On the other hand, it is just a plume. Okay, sticker would go on there. Come back here, head. Don't try escaping. Alright, and we have another one of those plushies and the antenna attachment, which does get used as the antennas of a snail somewhere. If I had one person tell you that many were saved that Cowboy Johnny Goldmane didn't exist officially because the amount of nosebleeds would have been excessive otherwise. I take it he's very popular. Okay, purple, skull, bell jar. A skull in a bell jar. Very spoopy. Get that on the front. And a teal classic space helmet. I get that. I guess I'm just surprised that it would be so many. Alright, we get some more of the little tiles for the capsule machine. I mean, I get that he'd be popular with, with that community. But even then, I guess I figured that different furries would like different characters kind of thing, as opposed to all of them going for that one. I don't know. I mean, I don't know the community, so what do I know? That's very much an assumption on my part, and you know what they say about assumptions. Alright, payment kiosk. And go right there. Orange container. The sticker would go on there, and nothing actually goes in the orange container. Okay, so spare parts. We have a medium nougat 1x1 tile, tile slope, black 1x1 tile with round ends, 2 red small feather quills, 2 pearlescent small unicorn horns, and 2 lime green antennas, and a dark red microfigure. And you, Notaro guy. There we go. Okay, 4 of these tiles get stickers on them, which of course I'm not putting on. There it is. There's the 4th one. The tag for Johnny Goldman on Tumblr is banned for reasons. Oh, I see. Okay, so these are all going into the crate. I mean, I can imagine the reasons. There we go. There we go. People just need to go elsewhere for their fun, shall we say. And howdy, Shield of Hope, how's it going? Alright, got some stairs there. And they go right there. Still jet-lagged. Well, I hope you had a nice trip wherever you went. Get that beige plate in there. I think this is going to lead up to the... lead up here, yeah. So there's a little landing to give you a decision on which way to go. Alright, pretty sure this is going to stretch across there. Let's see if that is the case. Trip was fun, definitely worth the almost week of... Wow, week of jet lag. Okay, that is quite a bit. I don't think I've ever had a week of jet lag. Where did you go? I don't remember having much jet lag when I went to, Egypt. We got some various costume tools up here on the top. A sword, a lightning magic lightning blade and a retro space pistol. And, right there. So we have, this is the shield mold for the Hylian shield, and it has a nice Pegasus on it. It's not a unicorn, but it is a Pegasus. Let me go ahead and zoom in on that. It's a very nice shield. Get that up there. I went to Japan. Nice. Yeah, not quite as much of a time difference to Egypt. So I have not experienced quite that. One day, maybe. One day. But I highly doubt it. I doubt I will have money for that. Really, ever. Unless, of course, the stock market keeps deciding to go where it's going, which it's not, because it's in a bubble and it's going to blow. It's normal for 1 day per hour of jet lag. Oh, wow. I definitely did not have that many that many days of jet lag coming back from Egypt. Might have had a day of just getting back into things. But I was sleeping pretty well at that time. Well, I'm sleeping pretty well right now too, but. If I had a trip at a time when I wasn't sleeping well, I could definitely imagine that really screwing me up. Ever been more than an hour off what you're used to? Well, I used to regularly go to Anime Expo in LA. And then I'd red-eye overnight back and be unable to sleep on the plane. And just kind of like muddle my way through the day, the next day, and then be back to normal. That really wasn't jet lag so much as not being able to sleep on the plane. Alright, got a frame for these windows in front. High visibility yellow so that you don't crash into the window. It's very important. There we go. My stomach is telling me I should have eaten more before I started streaming. It's being a little noisy right now. Either that or I ate a cat. One or the other. I'm not sure which right now, actually. Probably a good thing that the microphone doesn't pick that up. Alright, more high visibility yellow over here. There we go. I like the way that looks. Not so sure about the yellow, but I like the curve and everything. Alright, large leaf, some lime green flowers. And bright green leaves. That Egypt trip was a lot of fun. Alright, and some more flower pots. I like using the large rose type flower as a bit of a compact flower leaf element thing. Looks really nice. I like that. I'll definitely have to remember that. Probably try to get more of those pieces as well. Okay, sticker would go on to here. Comics and games. There we go. Does wiggle a little bit, but that's okay. And connect these two up. There we go. Alright. Spare parts. 1x1 plate flower in lavender. White lightsaber hilt. Brown 1x1 cylinder plate. Medium nougat angle bar with stud. And a brown small 3-stem plant as our extra pieces. Get started on bag number 7. Like if I could go anywhere for my next trip, it would definitely be Greece right now. That's where I want to go now. Alright, got some windows. Set these aside. Window frames. Got a short 4x4 quarter cylinder panel. Sandwiches. I'm out of sandwich stuff. It is sad. Alright, let's see. A 2x3, 2x6, and a 2x6. Lime green 4x4 plate. Flip it over for a gray 3x3. I'm lazy. Actually, I go to the store at very specific on very specific days. I'm out of sandwich stuff because I ate the sandwich stuff that I bought at the last time I went. And I will get more next time I go. Alright, lots of teal 1x2 brackets. Well, I'll just steal Nadarogi Eye sandwich stuff, then. Seems like a perfectly good solution to me. Do you not agree? You do. I know you do. Of course you do. Why wouldn't you agree? So, medium azure bricks. I've not had these. Baker at a local grocery store thinks oatmeal raisin cookies are supposed to be crispy. This is annoying. That is, yeah, that is definitely incorrect. You do not agree? That's okay. I know you do. You just can't admit it, you know? And it's fair. I understand. My local bakery is amazing. They have delicious bread, awesome donuts, great danishes, but their cookies are It's kind of sad, but, you know. Indeed. I much prefer chewy cookies to crispy cookies myself. At least if you're talking about, you know, your standard chocolate chip, oatmeal, sugar, that kind of thing. I mean, if you're getting more into kind of cookies, like Nilla wafers, which are technically cookies, or shortbread, or something like that. Yeah, I definitely prefer a softer cookie myself. So stickers go on all of these windows. I am, of course, not putting stickers on any of these windows. That's 4, 5, and 6. My grocery store does have these really nice tubs of mini donuts. I get the cinnamon donuts. Oh, they're so good. Yes, the skill is liking them. That is the skill. Okay, sticker goes on the inside here. Howdy, Chutney Bucket. How's it going? Let's see, bracket, 1x2 with center stud, and a clear 2x2 cylinder brick. I'm doing pretty well. Got lots of work done and feel good about it. Awesome. I'm happy to hear that. I have not gotten a lot of work done, and I feel okay about it. Another sticker would go on the inside here as well, and that fits in there. Actually, I'm making decent progress on my next deity project. I'm feeling pretty good about that. I don't know when I'll have any ready to start posting, since I'm doing reading and research right now. Trying to make decisions about how to handle some stuff in AD&D, that kind of thing. Go, and 1... and 2. Okay, 1x3 with 2 studs and a 2x3 tile. A dark blue container, 2x2x2 container. You've been sitting on your ass all day, you're okay with that? Good man, good man. Whether you do something or do nothing, be proud of yourself. You don't get a lot done, you have an existential crisis. I understand that. I mean, I do have to get a lot done in terms of recording and streaming and stuff, so... I have started my recordings for Eiyuden Chronicle, so those will be going live on Wednesday, I think. We have one more episode of Monkey Island. Have I ever played the Spiderware Software Jeff Vogel RPGs? Remind me what they are, because I think so, but I also have the feeling that I have repeatedly confused them with something else. No, I have not. Yeah, okay, that's what I was thinking. It is something that I have confused with something else, and I don't know what. But I keep thinking that I have played them and then looking at the actual titles and being like, wait, no, I have not. Exile I might have played. We have a pink 1x1 cylinder plate here. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be gum. Was Exile more gold box game style? Because I do remember playing on on the Mac a gold box game style game. Okay. Then yeah, I think I have. Okay. That would be the only one, though. Get our keyboards on here. Okay, sticker would go on there. And a sticker would go on this one as well. Howdy, Minor Trader. Trans purple 1x2 plate. I like that. I think these are supposed to be speakers here. And a trans pink on the other side. I think I remember one of the things that I don't remember very much about them, other than, you know, like, I mean, I never finished them. I don't know how far I got. I feel like I got stuck. Either, like, didn't know what to do or something like that. I don't know. But I remember being weirded out by dealing damage with a fog cloud spell, I think it was. Yeah, it was on a Mac. I remember that, like, getting them because they were one of them. It was gold box like, and there weren't a whole lot of RPGs on the Mac at the time, and that's what my mother had. All right, get our gamer seats in there. Alright, spare parts, 1x1 plates in orange and teal, 1x1 quarter cylinder tile in orange, 1x1 cylinder tile in silver with a soda can top print, and a pink 1x1 cylinder plate as our spare parts. Alright, final bag of this build. It was, but I had SimCity on my PC. So my parents were divorced. My mother had a Mac. My father had a 386. Well, he gave me his old 386 SX Xeos PC when he got his 486 DX. I played the crap out of that for many years. But yeah, there weren't a whole lot of games on the Mac. I had some of the gold box games, which of course I also had on PC. I had those are mini doll parts. I had Might and Magic 1 and 2, which I didn't really get into. Edutainment games, of course, because my mother was a teacher. So she has a classic space logo on her chest. Show her off with the hair, because I really like this hairpiece. And this is Nova. Like, I really like the way that this this hairpiece looks. She has the classic space logo right there. And for her costume, she can be a spaceman. Although, like, this really does show the difference between minifig faces. Much longer, because if you put one of these helmets on a regular minifig, their mouth isn't covered up. This kind of looks like an F1 racer helmet that way. Go ahead and zoom back out. SimCity 4 is pretty awesome. I would do an LP of it if I could think of, like, a goal kind of thing. I really like SimCity 2000, although I never had it, so it was only, like, I only got to play it at other people's places and stuff. People hate it on edutainment games, but some of the ones you grew up with were pretty fun despite the aim to teach you things. Oh, yeah. The early days of edutainment games with Oregon Trail, Odell Lake, Number Munchers. I loved those. Minnesota Education Computer Consortium was one of the best game makers at the time. Alright, so those smashed cans go into the recycle bin. A little... Oh, okay, so this was, I thought, like a Frogger game with long dogs, but it's actually just like a rug. Favorite thing to do with SimCity 4 was try to build cities naturally. Start with a ton of farmland and dirty industry like mining. My issue was always that, like... And this is what caused me to stop playing Cities Skylines. Is that I got to know too much about city planning. And I'd be like, I can fix this problem if you allow me to do things like, signal timing, but you don't let me do signal timing, so I can't fix this issue. First computer had a gigabyte of hard drive space. My first computers didn't have hard drives. My first computer, my very, very first computer, was a TI 99 4A. Which was, the spokesperson for that was Bill Cosby. So that's how you know it's old. No, didn't build it from a kid. But it was kind of like a pseudo console as well. And I'm pretty sure that my sister and I mostly played games on it, rather than my father trying to do anything productive with it. Our next computer was an Apple IIc, which was portable because it had a handle. TI 99.4A, maybe. I didn't have that. I had Hunt the Wumpus and Pole Position. Those are the two games that I played a crap ton of. My sister and I both still have extremely fond memories of Hunt the Wumpus and being frightened by it. Ald once again showing his... Yeah, it's like I'm old or something. Let's see, the games that I had on the TI... not the TI, the Apple IIc were... Troll's Tale, which was a very early Sierra game. I played that with Zerfall. We completed it in like 1.5 sessions. Not Humba Wumpus. Hunt the Wumpus. It's a very famous early game. When you hear Ald's voice, you picture someone in their late 20s, early 30s. Oh no. No, no, no. No. Oh god, I'm so old. I wish. I don't know if Hunt the Wumpus is where Discord got their Wumpus from, but it's spelled the same. I'll probably played with Gary Gygax in the 70s. Howdy, Area High One. How's it going? I had a semi-graphical text adventure of The Hobbit that I never got anywhere in. I really need to look that up and try to get further in that on the Apple IIc. I think most of our other games were edutainment games, though. I don't really recall other games that we had. Then, of course, after my parents divorced, I got, my dad got the 386, and that's when the gaming really began. I've heard stories about all the insane things you could do in the text-based Hobbit game. Well, it did have some graphics. It wasn't completely text. So it might have been a different game. I don't know. One of the early games that I got on the 386, though, was War in Middle-earth, which I played a bunch of times on the channel. And that's a lot of fun. That is really a lot of fun to play. And it came with a big poster map of Middle-earth, which is just a beautiful, beautiful poster map. I don't think I ever got past the Misty Mountains in the Hobbit game. But I do need to look that one up. But yeah, the DOS game was when the DOS computer was when I got the AD&D Gold Box games and played them multiple times, tons of times each. Howdy, Caitlin. How's it going? I had Magic Candle 2, but I never got anywhere in that one. What else? Well, there was SimCity, of course. All of the Sierra games as well. We're doing pretty well. I also had a friend who had he had an IBM PC Junior, of all things, actually, to start. PC Junior. Alright, this thing has some hot dogs sticking in to it, as you do. Things better with hot dogs when it comes to Lego. PC Junior, what was later known as the Radio Shack Tandy. Okay, stickers would go on here, but I'm not putting them on, of course. This would make a very happy controller. I think the first ever computer you touched ran Windows... would have been Windows 95 or Windows 3.1.1. Not 93. There was no Windows 93. Windows 3.1.1, got it. Yeah, the 386 that we had, which I still have the hard drive for. I have this vague idea that I might be able to hook it up to something and actually try to get the data off of it. It is very unlikely, but hey, you know, gotta have hope, right? But it was a 60 meg hard drive that we had disk doubler done on it to double the space to 120 megs. That was our first hard drive. Ah, gotcha. Broderbund had some fun games, you know. Broderbund owns Mech now. Like, they own Mech's library. Johnny Mnemonic, huh? He's new. Is he pneumatic? There we go. Get our happy controller on there. Yeah, Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego was great. That is a real classic. Played Myst and Riven a lot as a kid. I've never actually played those. Can't spell Greek. It's a significant amount of English, though. Trying to remember what other Broderbund games I played. Obviously, I played like all of the Carmen Sandiego games because they were edutainment. My mother had easy access to edutainment as a teacher. Maybe play Deadly Towers for the retro stream. Well, I'm talking about what I played as a kid. I'm trying to remember what other games I played as a kid. I'm sure there's a bunch of games that I just can't think of right now. Oregon Trail 2, you played a ton as a kid. I've never actually played Oregon Trail 2. Played the original a ton. Because of edutainment and, So my mother, before she got a Mac, she would, like, every summer she'd bring home a computer from the school, because that was something that they allowed teachers to do. So I had Apple IIe's. Had an Apple II GS for one summer. Apple II GS is a absolutely awesome computer. Only remember seeing one Carmen Sandiego game. Don't remember what it was about, though. The original was brutal. Yeah. Oop, oop, oop. Don't fall down there, please. There we go. Like, it was so bizarre. The 2GS was out, and they went to the Mac, and you had the Mac Classic, which was a black and white screen when you had the 2GS, which had the Mac-esque operating system. Like, it was styled very much the same. And it just, like, it felt like such a step back to then go to a Mac. It was like, why? I could never understand that. Now they give kindergartners iPads? Yep. Back in my day... we were lucky to have half an hour of computer time a week. Goes right on there. Ah. There's a classic pirate map under the dome. Why? I don't know. Just for funsies, I guess. Headphones there. Headphones there. And there we go. Alright, so our spare parts. We have 1x2 half-cylinder tiles in white and orange. 1x1 tile with round end in white. 1x1 quarter-cylinder tile in high-visibility yellow. Yellow 1x1 cylinder plate. Red 1x1 cylinder tile with top peg. Red 1x1 cylinder plate with bar. Black 1x1 cylinder black and beige 1x1 cylinder plates with bars, and a black peak slope 1x1 peak slope, a blue 1x1 cylinder plate, white 1x1 cylinder tile with top peg, trans dark blue visor, black headphones, and a black hot dog. Those are the spare parts there. There we go. All right, so that is the game shop, and what is it actually called? Comic Book and Game Store, which has costumes. And of course there's a little slushy store next to it. It's very, very nice buildings, I think. I like this architectural detail up here. And the nice curve. It's got a bit of an Art Deco design, but the colors aren't right for Art Deco. But it still feels kind of like Art Deco fusion or something like that, which I can dig. I can definitely dig. And there goes one of the comic book pieces. And of course the interior. Lots of stuff down on the first floor, gaming area up at the second floor. So, pretty nice. Pretty nice. I do like this one. They really do a very good job with Friends buildings. I really do appreciate them. Very, very nice. Alright. Just zip through. I mean, some of them... Okay, so... the one that looks like a giant dog, I'm not that keen on. I'm okay with not getting that one. But I think they know what they're doing with ones like this that appeal to, LEGO system fans as well. Alright. But before we finish... we are going to... Actually, you know what? Before I bring that up, I'm going to go ahead and break the video. So for those watching on YouTube, that is the Friends Comic Book and Game Store. All done. Of course, no stickers. For those watching on Twitch, we're going to switch to something else.